in Afghanistan, I meet a man named Michael Hastings, who was a reporter uh, he was working for Rolling Stone, Men's Journal, GQ. He writes his own books. He was doing an expose on John Brennan. Barack Obama at the time had kicked him off Air Force One numerous times for being a real guerrilist. He was exposing all the drone wars and stuff that were going on. Obama won the Nobel Peace Prize, but he actually killed more people in drones and deported more people than any other president ever. A side note, Obama is probably the most successful president at getting his agenda accomplished out of any president ever. He said he wanted to systematically change America, and he has. We still have remnants of his presidency with a large grip on this country within the DOJ, the FBI, the IRS, the CIA, everything. Obama's there. So I guess there's one night, one moment when McChrystal says that Obama is like, an idiot. And Obama sees the article. It's huge. It gets so big that Obama can't ignore it, and he has to fire General McChrystal. So when McChrystal lost his job, these other guys lost their job, and their image was tarnished. Their career was tarnished because of what he had said and was written down and put in that article. So when Michael gets back home, he starts getting death threats, and he calls me, and he's worried, and we're talking for a while. IPCS, which means permanent change of station. I go from Fort Bragg to El Paso to Fort Bliss. And in that time, he's calling me and saying, I'm worried, things are getting really weird. I end up getting out of the Army, medically retired for injury sustained in combat. And when I get back to North Carolina to where my mom is, he sends me an email one night and goes, don't be surprised if the FBI comes to you and interviews you based on the stuff that I'm working on. He was working on exposing John Brennan, Barack Obama, and a lot of other things. And sure enough, a few hours later that night, I go to sleep. I get a call from a friend who's crying and says that Michael's dead and his car blew up in Hollywood. I don't know, it was like around 2, 3 in the morning, something like that, at his steering wheel. His steering wheel exploded and killed him. The engine was launched about 100 yards out of the vehicle. Until this day, they still say that that's an accident, but I know that's not the case.